I just listened to that podcast because I missed on the 13th because I was involved with
Yeah.
school. And so my head's already going with the tier one
Right.
division. I'm already thinking about that from a different perspective.
Hey everybody, it's Cheri Dotterer here at Tier 1 Interventions Podcast. I'm here today with Jonily Zupancic, and we are in class today with a live group of ladies and gentlemen who are learning about the Mastery Math method. So I'm going to let Jonily talk, and if there's any intervention that I want to add to the puzzle, we will do. But for now, I'm signing it all over to Jonily, and let us learn a little bit about mathematics, girl.
Y'all, this is Jay-Z. I'm Jonily Zupancic. I'm your math specialist, your main mathineer. If you are listening to this podcast or you're watching this podcast on YouTube, I want to give a disclaimer and a warning. This is level 2. You're listening in on a level 2 version of Mastery Math Method. Mastery Math Method is strengthening our Tier 1 core general classroom. We cannot have in our schools effective interventions and effective Tier 2 and Tier 3 without the strongest core. So if you're listening to this, that's the mindset that I want you to have. You should be listening to this if you are a general classroom teacher, a special ed teacher, a parent, a school board member, a superintendent, a curriculum director, a principal. Every stakeholder should be involved in the qualities of a strong Tier 1 general classroom environment and the experiences that students are going to have. But again, the disclaimer is this is up-leveled. Natalie, I'm going to use your word. I love it. I think it was up-level. This is definitely the up-level version of the mathematics. So to get the lower level versions, you'll listen to some other podcasts. But don't not listen to this because you don't understand it. And I was just telling Beth is coming into level 2, not having the exposures to level 1. And that is actually almost better because if you're listening to level 2 and you're a first grade teacher and you think to yourself, I'm not going to teach that math to my kids. It's not about the math today. I'm going to be sharing up-level mathematics, but what I want you to hear is not about the mathematics. What I want you to hear today is about how we get high-achieving kids, and I'm going to do that through some high-level mathematics. I am back in the classroom this year after 14 years of not having been teacher of record for my own students, and I am loving every minute of it. Please share the movement and subscribe on YouTube, Tier 1 Interventions Podcast. Tell your friends, neighbors, relatives, enemies. We don't care who it is. And subscribe. So behind me, you're going to see the result of many other groups that I am leading this year. So I'm leading a masterclass group, a mastermind group. And actually, before I jump into the math, because we're going to get real spicy on the math today. Does anybody have anything to add or share or comment or whatever? The podcast is still on. I know there was a little pause, but I think it's important. Even if you're listening to the podcast, one of the great instructional strategies is wait time. So I'm going to ask again, I'm going to wait again, and I'm going to give double wait time. So anybody listening here live, do you have anything to add? Any questions? Any words of wisdom? Any thoughts? Go ahead.
Put them in the comments.
Got it.
If you're on the podcast, put them in the comments. We will respond. It may take us a couple weeks because we don't check the comments every day. Unfortunately, just don't have the time. But put your information in the comments. We will get back to you.
You know what, Cheri? I always forget about this. You are so good. I love you so much. And I'm going to reiterate that. If you're listening on a podcast or you're watching the podcast on YouTube, I've already said and subscribe. But now it's even more important to comment and start the conversation. Start the conversation and comment to each other. Even if Cheri and I don't get in there to respond, create your own community there. Get the comments going. Say stuff. If you're tired of this too, then say it. Now, I do have to give another disclaimer. Let's try to be as positive as we can. So I think that just being a B and being negative and that hasn't changed anything. We see that all the time on socials. And we continue to do that, and it's not changing anything. It's like when students, they have bad behavior in schools, and then we give a detention and we call home and we do this and we do that. We have to ask ourselves, did any of it change the behavior? Did any of it change the behavior? And if the answer is no, then we have to do something that's going to change the behavior. So don't just get online and throw out your complaints about the school system. Okay? Nobody wants to hear that. Let's have good, positive energy and real conversations about strategies and techniques that can actually make a difference and make changes.
I just listened to that podcast because I missed on the 13th because I was involved with school. And so my head's already going with the tier 1 division. I'm already thinking about that from a different perspective. I know, it's crazy. It's not something I wanted to do, but it's almost a necessity.
I tell
now.
them, listen, I just put on Simon, and I was listening to him for the past half hour.
Love him.
He's just, and I don't even know. And I'm like, I'm not abnormal. All I have in my head was interleaving, all that's the stuff we talked about yesterday, but the other day. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how appropriate is this for the education of the kids and the math? And I'm thinking, oh my God, if you only knew. It just connects. It's you guys. You guys put a fever in us. I started with her, and then she connected me with you. No, you guys, I tell you every single time I get inspiration, I go and move with it. That's why keeping in your little bubble is not going to work. You need to branch out. And I'll be your cheerleader because you can't stay in your little bubble. I'll be one of the bubbles that move along. You know what I mean? Blow your bubble, blow your wand, and we'll be at your little bubbles. Think about that. Okay, here's one bubble and here's another bubble. Okay, just think of us as moving along in the wind, but you have to move. You can't just be stagnant in there.
Don't make me cry.
I would take your thoughts and move them this way. Everybody, grade 2 will take your thoughts, and grade 6, Krista, right? You'll take her thoughts and move them. Everybody, Natalie will take your thoughts and move them. We're not going to say, oh, this is my idea. We give you credit because you are inspirational to us, and you've made us want to do this. I have crafts up the yin yang I could go do. I'm not doing that. I'm here with you. I made my office up better just because of you. And Cheri,
Glad.
You guys are not my just mentors. You guys are my friends now. Like you say, we're the elite, but we're friends now. We want this to happen.
You're in the right place for this.
I know. I listened to that podcast that Cheri sent me about the division is counting, and I have been using the 120 chart, but now this kind of refines it, and I'm really excited because I have a couple math groups at different age levels, so I'm real excited about that. I want to hear, can you start with division, or do you have to go to addition? I'm just not sure, because my kids are really behind, and it's very hard for them to learn. Math is a big emotional X for them. So,
agree.
Hey, everybody, it's Cheri again. If you're loving these strategies and you want to join our Mastery Math Method Masterclass, we hold this hour-long event once a month, and we'd love to have you join. What we talk about there is how to improve your math skills in 10 days. Can you imagine 10 days? Whether you're a math teacher or an occupational therapist, you can see exactly how to shift teaching so that every student, no matter their starting point, can master core math concepts and reserve your seat today. And go over to disabilitylabs.com/calendar to check out the next event.
So,
you're saying it beautifully, but I will answer one of your questions. Yes, okay. I'm a huge proponent of beginning with division before addition.
Oh,
I like
wow.
to teach the other
Wow.
operations
Okay.
through division. And actually, I do it because toddlers, they know sharing. They know equal sharing. They're very clear if
Right.
they don't get the exact same as somebody else. So that is the essence
Right.
of division. So
Mhm.
addition conceptually means really nothing to kids. I don't know why we start with
Mhm.
addition. And it's not
Okay. That's
easier.
okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's a paradigm shift for me. I gotta
It is.
roll it around because that hasn't been the way I've been approaching it as a special ed teacher. But I've always been a little bit lost on how to sequentially get them involved in math. I only have 30 minutes. That's the other thing. They just limit me in what I can do, but I'm going to use Brain Gym because they're coming from their intensive settings and they're frustrated and
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, so I got to do that. And anyway,
Beth, let me warn everybody today. So this is level 2. So I'm not going to go back and review. So Beth, you
okay.
might be lost, but don't stop coming. Okay, that's what I want to say because I'm going to
Okay.
up level the math. The purpose of Mastery Math Method Tier 1 Interventions Level 2 for this 2025-2026 school year is for us to record and document the content for the Level 2 course. I don't want you to not come because I'm going to teach something here and I'm not scaffolding to get there, because any exposure is fine. You don't need the exposures in order because
Okay.
You should have more stuff that you can access now.
Beth, you're jumping into like in college when we have like level 603, like the 600 level. You're jumping into that, but I don't want you to. I want you to keep coming. Don't let this scare you off. But then you have access digitally to level 1 where it's going to take it all the way back to the beginning, like even before the beginning. So you're just going to get it in a different order.
Okay.
Which is counterintuitive. It's like teaching division first. You can do this. There's no order to it.
Okay.
So don't worry about that.
Okay.
And then just know the math that I'm teaching you on these Saturdays for level 2 is not what you're going to implement with your kids. You're here to actually learn the content as an adult so that you can better implement the other math stuff from level 1, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yes, it does. So I have to go back to level 1.
And don't worry
and
about
look at
when.
that.
I'm going to refer to level 1 stuff and make connections, but you're going to be like, I'm not going to teach that math to my kids. No, you're not. You're not. Even my Natalie's and Krista's, and especially my Amy's here. My Amy is not going to be teaching the math on these Saturdays. She teaches first grade. So she's not going to be teaching the math that I'm teaching to her first graders, but she's been through level 1. She's been through like everything with me. She just won't leave.
Oh
Amy,
boy.
you're my doll and I love you so much. I can't do this without Amy. I could not do what I did with my content with the littles without Amy Garrison. I just need to say that, and I need to say it to the whole world because I'm secondary trained. So Amy Garrison has been the absolute necessity for putting in formal notation what this looks like in first grade.
Thanks for tuning in to this first episode of our Level 2 Mastery Math Method series. Today you heard why division is the true starting point in math, and how equal sharing is actually the foundation of every other operation. Next time, we'll take this one step further and ask, what moral obligation do we carry as educators once we see the data? Our next episode digs into the responsibility we have to shift practice, not just for test scores, but for student confidence and future success. Until then, remember, every student deserves the chance to see themselves as a mathematician. And as Cheri and Jonily say, go be awesome, go be brilliant, for you were put here for such a time as this.